Hey, I wanted to give an update because I hadn't until my first full day, second day in Massachusetts when I got to see Dylan, and now it is my second day, first full day at Heavens. So a lot has happened in the week that I was in Massachusetts, so I thought I'd catch you up. So, yeah, that was really fun to see Dylan. Honestly, I had been so overworked and overwhelmed through term, especially having two terms essentially back to back with how spring break went, that I just very deeply needed a break. And as soon as I was in the company of someone I was so comfortable with, which I absolutely was with Jillian as well, but like in a way that I've known Dylan for like a decade, and Jillian and I were having so much fun and going on adventures, and I don't know, my brain just recognized Dylan and I just was able to shut down. And so both of us were so like dissociative and lethargic, but we spent as much time together as we possibly could, and we were honestly just like running errands and shopping for the most part. Like I said, he was moving in with his partner on Friday, so he was trying to prepare for that. Do you hear the thunder and the rain? It's so beautiful. Um, and yeah, it was really lovely. And then we got food, and he made me try this like really amazing veggie bowl, which I think I've tried with Cindy before. I did not get to see her while I was in Massachusetts, however. And these plantain fries, and I love fried plantains, like the caramelized version, but these were like savory and like French fries, and they were so freaking good. And that is a beautiful shop. I did get B-roll on Dylan's phone of that, but yeah. And then we talked on the porch, and it was very cute. And took a Polaroid because we like never take photos. Anyway, Wednesday, I finally sent my financial aid acceptance signature for that package. And I was just watching Legacies, which has become like a habit because I have a few streaming services that honestly are family friends accounts for the most part. And I was logged out of my family friends Netflix, and even though I have like my own sub account on family's Netflix, like I don't have access to that account outside of that TV. It's a very long story. So all of my favorites are they're on that, but they're also on Heavens as well, because Heaven was the one who I use for Netflix. And but we share an account on hers, and so it's just like buried in 100 random things that she also has added. But anyway, a lot of my favorite shows like that, or like comfort shows, like I would say guilty pleasures, but there's no guilt in it, such as Legacies, I like to watch. Yeah. So I kind of did that for most of the week because I had a lot of computer work, but I honestly just needed a break. And because I was around the house and with the dogs for the most part, I did that because I don't know, didn't really have the capacity to get back to my research, although I did like end up going down a rabbit hole. I finally watched the Matrix movies, and feeding that sort of theory and artistry and perspective through a lot of my research on consciousness. It was just, the rabbit hole was inspired again, although I have been running down it again recently. I've been trying to put off my research on consciousness because there are certain opportunities like independent studies or fellowships that I might consider for the future. And I know I'll always be researching it anyway, but I don't know, I get such dopamine from it, and my mind, I feel, works better, and my work is more inspired when I get to jump around from disciplines and projects like so chaotically. And yes, it makes everything take longer, but I'm just so happy doing it, you know? And then I finally read one of these books that this author that I have been in correspondence with has written, and it's the one of the many books that I actually had the copy of. You saw it. It was essentially about mindful Norwegian lifestyle that really folds seamlessly into the wellness and consciousness and intentional living work that I do in and out of content. I'm sorry I'm like shaking, I'm like trying to rock, but then I'm up on my toes and for some reason my legs are shaking. But yeah, then I did an oracle spread, which I also did one for my, which was very funny.
Pointing this out to him confuses and upsets him.
And fascinating. I also did one for another loved one, just on my own, which also came out very interesting.
Now, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
And both not entirely unexpected, because I tend to be rather attuned to the energies and people around me. But Friday kind of went down that rabbit hole of research. Saturday, emailed people at school about various questions, just getting your ducks in a row. My ducks like to be in a chaotic lack of order, but life demands. But Saturday's also when I filmed all those covers, so that was really fun. Doing a little vocal work because I really hadn't since the academic year had closed out, because all of my work, my 3 courses, were in musicianship. I mean, like, only one was technically called musicianship, but they were all about it, all 3 of them. So yeah, once I spent that first week in Vermont with Jillian, like really trying to finish out that final for my independent study, I really took a break from music in both the aspects of producing and in vocal work. So it was nice to get back to just singing for fun, because I missed it.
For fun and me time?
And it was a little weird because I'm, not in my own space, and I'm in places with AC and dog fur and like all this stuff. So definitely not the best vocal quality to be working with, but being able to trust my voice and work with my voice and understand it deeply again just made me feel really equipped to just have fun with it. So that was really lovely. I ended up singing for hours because I just wanted to. And then Sunday I did some editing. I also did during my flight because for some reason my computer can just never connect to a plane's Wi-Fi. I was like, what even does that note say? But also on Sunday we saw fireworks and fireflies, or lightning bugs, which was really wholesome. I had seen them like once before. I think I hadn't even seen them in person since I had gone to Maine. Like, I had also not really made out a constellation until I went to Maine, and people were like patient with me and they're like, see that's the Big Dipper. And I was like, cool, thanks.
The Big Dipper! That's how you got your nickname. I thought your parents just hated you or something.
One of my family members caught one so that I could see it up close, which was really wholesome. Also considering both there and once I got here, like, don't get me wrong, my loved ones are great, but I definitely, this clip has been coming to mind about how I've been feeling about all that.
Like, life is short, but also, like, terribly and insufferably long at the same time.
And yeah, I don't know, I wanted to wait to do an update because I feel like the contrast that we experience between our desires and our reality sometimes is not always to challenge us and force us to expand. Sometimes it's to acknowledge just how far you've come and also tap into that growth within yourself. Like I was saying to Heaven last night, that I was shamed out of a lot of what were perceived as a negative emotion to experience, when in all actuality there's something so divine and sacred about lesser pleasant emotions, because it's your very essence. Like, for example, anger. being outraged at the fact that you deserve better, and the fact that there are still one-off experiences that don't reflect that, doesn't discredit how far you've come, or that you deserve it, or that you finally acknowledge that or accept that. And sometimes it's to show you, look at what you've cultivated for yourself, that this dissonance is even more palpable, and also you have the capacity to feel anger because you finally believe that you deserve better.
I owe you an apology, Miss Hart.
Everybody does.
You haven't lost your voice. You're screaming, Miss Hart.
And I don't know, I found that like really beautiful. And you do continue to have the reins over your narrative and your conscious experience. And yeah, it was funny to like watch all the Matrix movies and have that sort of be mirrored. Speaking of mirroring, there's so many things swarming around in my mind of like symbolism and mirrored experiences and feelings and all sorts of stuff that I feel like I want to organize my thoughts a little bit more before I articulate. Like I said, I really would like to catch up on some journaling this week as well, because where I left off in Vermont trying to catch up was still the beginning of March, so seems how July just started. We have quite a bit to catch up on. Also because I write like pages for almost every day. Yeah, I think I have like 70 to 100, I've mentioned this, I think in one of the last updates, pages of Google Docs just in like bullet notes for my journal, so it'll be a lot. But I'm very excited to kind of have this cohesive story of all that I've experienced recently. Outside of just this beautiful B-roll that brings me so much joy to create for you guys and for myself. But yeah, on Tuesday I had my flight. I sat next to a dentist that told me like all about his profession and his retirement and his dogs and his daughters and his daughter's art and his daughter's careers and personalities, and I'm like, cool. Like it was really funny. I feel like I have this face that's like very intimidating to people to confront, but as soon as I like smile at them, they like tell me their life story, which honestly I remember when I told my therapist years and years ago that I was at the grocery store and this woman like came up to me and she was like, my husband left me. All I can hear in my mind when I say something like that is,
Here we go, beach. This is my husband left me for another man. Bitch!
But anyway, I told my therapist about this like random grocery store encounter, and she was laughing, saying like that's kind of a running joke within like therapeutic communities that like people can just tell and they just trauma dump on you. But I don't know, it's interesting. But yeah, yesterday I had my flight and I took a nap, and that was most of the day. To be honest, we went to the grocery store so I could get some grub. I don't like that word, but because yeah, I ended up getting like 4 hours of sleep because it was Monday, I think, that I was watching all the Matrix movies, and I was finishing up my laundry and watching them and like last minute packing Monday night, and then I was like wired, and I was going to the TikTok of one of these spiritual creators that I absolutely adore, and he has philosophies on so many different disciplines and practices and theories, and so I was watching his stuff and just like really hyped on, I don't know, the idea of consciousness itself. And yeah, I could not fall asleep or get my brain to calm down until like 1, but then I had to set my alarm for 5 because we were leaving at 7, and I was like fully gonna shower and wash my hair and finish packing and like get prepared for a day of flying. So yeah, we left at like 7:15 because I was trying to get my big suitcase from 60 pounds to 50 because I'm living out of a suitcase for like 13 weeks. And so I have a random bag at my a random bag at Jillian's that I have to have them both like send back to me. So needless to say, once I finally got here yesterday, because my flight was like 9:30 to like 12:30, I took a nap in the afternoon for like 4 hours. So that was most of the day. And then I got groceries. And today has been really beautiful. I spent a significant time typing back a response email to that author I'm in correspondence with, because we've been like sharing songs and poetries and like my theory work and just so many ideas, which has been really, really cool to bounce those thoughts off of one another. And I found out that there is now a second part to one of my favorite meditations from Headspace, which is Rain Day Antiques. And if you go on their YouTube or on the playlist that I have that's inspo for the Cozy Coven, the part 2 I saved on there. And it was so cute because I've loved the original meditation. I believe it's actually a sleep cast, but I normally meditate to it. And there's a 10-minute version and like a 40-minute version. And I've always loved it. And I remember using it in middle school, or like when I actually was filming the Divine Diaries all the way back then, using it in high school. Like I can like see my old computer on my bed at a house I lived in like even several houses ago, and just like filming the little B-roll of that being on my laptop. It's so cute. Anyway, they somewhat recently posted this second part, and I just didn't even know that they were going to do that. That was so exciting. And so I listened to it today, and that meditation cushion I was on is also my cushion. I've left it here. And so it was just so nice to like have my own cushion again and have a second part to my favorite meditation that I never knew was going to happen. And needless to say, this was actually my reaction during the meditation. And that's because in it, the proprietor of Rain Day Antiques, as well as his dog, both have love interests now. And that was my reaction to the dog and his little girlfriend, because it was so cute. It was precious. I don't know what to say. I really, it got me in the feels, and I loved it. It was so wholesome. So yeah, it's been a good day. I did a little yoga flow until it first, well, not first, because it also started downpouring earlier, but one of these bursts of rain, which is why I finished up that stretch like on that porch swing right there. I love a good hanging chair, as you can see, or a good swinging bench. They're some of my favorite. Like I love a cozy indoor-outdoor space, like even a bay window or something, some French doors on a patio. Love that shit. A nice bench under a tree. Hell yeah. So anyway, yeah, I finished my yoga flow on the swinging chair, and yeah, touched up my nails, sent that email, did that meditation. I had a pretty chill day thus far. Made some food for myself. Yeah, so I might do a little bit more work. I'll obviously film the B-roll and note everything I'm doing for the update, probably in the next episode, about being here at Heavens. And yeah, later today I know that Hev gets out of work in like half an hour, so she'll probably be back in about an hour. And we're going to go to her tattoo consultation. And then I think we're going to see a movie? I don't really know. But it should be... Hello? Should be an eventful evening. So, yeah. Hope you have a wonderful day yourselves, and thank you so much for spending your time here with me. I am so grateful that you care to spend any of your beautiful lifetime or life source energy on the creations of my joy and creative energy. I don't know. That's all. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Loaded God. But I feel like he is talking about killing someone still. With a bullet. Loaded God complex. Cock it and pull it. Maybe it is God complex. I, for a while, thought that. I used to think God, and then I thought, I was like, wait, maybe he's saying loaded shotgun, cock it and pull it. And I said, okay. Okay.
Girl, go too aggressive. I love that we're also like dressed like this.
Funny, it takes no time to fall back down. That's what you get when you let your heart break. Oh.
With me, it's the fact that like it's not the part of it is like I want to see you.
Yeah.
The other part is that like the plan. There was a plan in place. You know what I mean?
I didn't have all
like,
the details to the plan.
There was a plan and there was things that were supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So when you expect something to happen,
Yeah.
and there was
By the time you were ready.
No, I mean, like, I definitely get that from a neurodivergent perspective,
Like,
but I
can't
also,
handle-
my whole life was built on chaos, and so, like, I'm very used to, like, having to be spontaneous or not knowing what the plan is, but it does bother me. I like to have a plan.
About the time she walked away from me. I'm really bad with
I, like, make plans within the plan, like,
Me too.
I will also, like, my own work is dependent on, like, my time and, like, when I can edit, when I can create, things like that. And so, like, if people are late or if people flake on the plans, like, I just focus on my work in those in-between pockets of time. But if I, like, can't depend on people, oh my god, it drives me up a wall. Especially if it's, like, your partner, like, like, the emotional dependency, you're like, oh my god, I get a break. I get to be with somebody. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, and I'm like, bro,
It's
you
like-
need to give me the time to reprocess that.
It's like if you went to work and the whole day was hell and all you were thinking about was like having a chocolate cake when you get home and that was like the only thing that was keeping you through the day.
Exactly.
And she's the chocolate cake.
No,
Okay.
get ready.
Yeah.
The bus is coming. I went from that to the 20 minutes it took him to get here to me skipping out the door.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. As you should.
Funny, it takes some time to get back.